Well, Wilbur Ross joining us on the phone right now. Wilbur, you warned about this day coming. Obviously, we couldn't see traditional energy and this new energy being extolled at the same time. My view on this, Wilbur, is, if it matters to you because you're the expert, is be all in on everything. If you want us to be energy independent and you like wind, you like solar, by all means, have at it. But don't dispense with what is your most promising energy component here, and that is traditional coal and oil and fracking and everything else that has provided all this independence. You know, what do you think?
Well, it's certainly true, Neil, and it's very inconsistent. Yesterday, the president announced all the big details of the Trans-Pacific Partnership, talking about how great this would be for stimulating international trade. Here you have Canada, our neighbor, a signatory to the Trans-Pacific Partnership, and he takes an unnecessary slap at them. The sponsors of the Keystone project had requested suspension of the application, which would have been a nice way to let it fade away, at least for the moment. Instead, he decided to slap everybody down and go against it. And what's ridiculous, again, is that the oil's going to come in anyway. But now it'll come in by rail, which is much more prone to spills and fires and explosions than pipelines. So it's unclear to me how pushing things out of pipelines and into rail is particularly useful for the environment. And then lastly, with all the troubles in the Mideast, why anybody in his right mind wouldn't be in favor of North American energy independence?
And what harm would there have been in that, right, Wilbur? I mean, well, obviously, it's a lot cleaner than it used to be, a heck of a lot cleaner. The alternative now will be potentially a heck of a lot riskier to our environment. So it's the one thing that has brought these energy prices collapsing to the point where the president could do the bragging he did today. Now, it's under his watch. It's fine if he wants to take credit for it, but he's killing the golden goose while he's doing it.
Well, you know, at some point in the low prices of natural resources, people will stop producing. And there isn't enough solar on a constant basis. There isn't enough wind on a constant basis to be the base load for utilities, because those are both quite intermittent activities. Yeah. So at most, they could be kind of peak things. And they won't really be practical in any event until such time as some better form of storage is developed, some kind of super battery that can take the electricity generated when the sun is shining, store it, and then release it when it's needed. But there doesn't seem to be anything on the immediate horizon that could lead to that. So I think it is strictly a political thing and a gratuitous one. But what worries me is we keep systematically antagonizing all the other countries in the world. If you're Canada, this is a real affront to you to have this happen in this heavy-handed fashion.
Especially with a new government just taking over. New government just taking over. Sympathetic to the president's politics, but not sympathetic to how this hurts the Canadians.
Well, that's right. I mean, the new Canadian PM is a liberal.
Right.
The new minister in Alberta is a liberal. So you would think that they would be more simpatico to the president.
Not on this issue. Not on this issue. Thank you very, very much, Wilbur. I appreciate it. By the way, as